I'm Ayni Nuyda, an art consultant, founder and project director of Search Mindscape Foundation, and daughter of the late visual artist Justin Nuyda. In today's episode of Cultural Cash Online, I'll be sharing more about one of his key works in the CCP 21st Art Museum collection titled Search 7518, created in 1975. Search 7518 became a quiet constant in my life. Growing up, I danced ballet for over a decade, and every summer, our recitals would be held at the Cultural Center of the Philippines. After each performance, my father would bring the family to visit this painting by the escalator. I could still remember the wooden walls and the red carpet. This ritual had a lasting impact on me, reflecting on my father's artistic presence in public life and our shared experience. This painting was originally exhibited in my father's solo exhibit at the gallery, located on the ground floor of the Hyatt Regency Manila. The exhibit ran from May 2 to 15, 1975, and was significant not just in his career, but also in the context of Manila's evolving art scene at the time. It was one of the early instances where he presented both his oil paintings and his beetle drawings together, a personal merging of his passions for both abstract art and entomology. My father is a lepidopterist who described over 100 species and subspecies of Philippine butterflies. So the gallery itself had just opened a year prior in 1974 and was considered one of the newest art centers in Manila. It was inaugurated by then Defense Secretary Juan Ponce Enrile and Chito Madrigal, who represented the Hyatt and was an avid patron for the arts. Its opening exhibit was the Tutti Frutti Group Show, which ran from March 22 to April 10, 1974. This group included some of the most influential Filipino artists of the time: Saprid, Oni Bolmedo, Rod Paras Perez, Galo Ocampo, Ding Roses, Sanso, Abe Cruz, Legazpi, Hoya, Castrillo, H.R. Ocampo, Ben Cab, Florinda Trinidad, and my father, Justin Nuyda. As for the curious name Tutti Frutti, it's been said that Roberto Chabet once dropped by Saturday Group at Taza de Oro and observed the bunch had the love for ice cream. And Chabet, ever playful, dubbed the group the Tutti Frutti Gang. That snide nickname stuck and was adopted by the group of visual artists under this legendary gathering. By the mid-1970s, my father had already established himself as one of the country's leading contemporary artists. He graduated from the University of Santo Tomas with a degree in fine arts and went on to have several solo and group exhibitions, both locally and internationally. He was among the early recipients of the CCP 13 Artists Award. By then, he had represented the Philippines at the 5th Tokyo Biennial and had two major oil paintings acquired by the Chase Manhattan Collection during a visit to Manila in 1974. Search 7518 sits at a formative yet confident phase in my father's artistic journey. By 1975, he had begun to solidify his identity through his Search series, which became the cornerstone of his practice. He was known as one of the pioneers exploring abstraction rooted in landscape and nature. The series captures the visual language and themes that would later define his work: the tension between exploration and stillness, and the interplay of natural inspiration and inner reflection. The painting was also created right in the middle of martial law, a time marked by silence, censorship, and constraint. My father wasn't overtly political in his paintings. but his work offered a different kind of resistance, one rooted in interiority, in creating a vast, silent landscape that couldn't be touched by control. His art became a place of refuge. During this time, my father also co-owned and managed the Hobbit House, a disco bar that opened in 1973 with friends Jim Turner and Johnny Moldero. It became iconic not only for its theme, but also as a platform for emerging musicians like Freddie Aguilar, Circus Band, and Asin, even attracting visitors like John Paul Jones of Led Zeppelin. So while Search 7518 reflects a more solitary inward journey, he was simultaneously nurturing a communal, expressive space for other artists to find their voice. In our fast-paced, overstimulated world filled with the pressures of technology and climate anxieties, looking at this painting now reminds us to pause, to be present in stillness, to search inward. This piece resists the spectacle, embodying the quiet that many of us are longing for. Within the arc of Philippine modernism and abstraction, my father's work sits in a distinct place. While many contemporaries explored figurative or politically charged themes, he delved into the internal, crafting abstracted landscapes as psychological spaces. Search 7518 stands as a testament to that, a work that feels both deeply Filipino and entirely universal. His practice was shaped by curiosity and consistency. He was always looking, always collecting, not just butterflies and beetles, but also forms, textures, clouds, light. He approached painting the way he approached nature, with patience and wonder. Art for him was never about fame or trend, it was about discovery. His motivation came from that need to explore, whether it was a new trail or a new canvas. And on a personal note, it's meaningful that this piece, which I admired after my dance recitals, has always been a part of me. My father lives on through his art, and that connection is a lasting testament to his spirit. Thank you for joining me in this episode of Cultural Cash Online. It's been a privilege to share my father, Ayni Nuyda's work, Search 7518, and to reflect on how his art continues to speak across generations, disciplines, and time.